Hey everybody, what's going on? This is Movie Man Matt coming at you with a brand new review for the movie Mission Impossible Rogue Nation that opens today. Now, this is the fifth movie in the Mission Impossible franchise, starring Tom Cruise, Jeremy Renner, Simon Pegg, Rebecca Ferguson, Ving Rhames, and Alec Baldwin. Now, the basic plot of this movie is that the IMF, the Impossible Mission Force, is dissolved after they are deemed too reckless and running off of luck. And they are taken over by the CIA, and Ethan Hunt, who is played by Tom Cruise, is declared rogue and a fugitive, and is then hunted by the CIA by Director Hunley, who is played by Alec Baldwin. And during all of this, Ethan Hunt is also tracking down the villainous terrorist organization known as the Syndicate that has been hiding in the shadows that the IMF has been tracking for the last 10 years. Quick little side note, the Syndicate is actually the main villain and antagonist in the 1960s TV show Mission Impossible. So it's pretty cool how they brought him back from the 60s into this new movie to be the villain once again. So Ethan Hunt, of course, then is required to recruit his friends yet again, who is Jeremy Renner, who plays William Brandt, Simon Pegg, who plays Benji Dunn, and Ving Rhames, who plays Luther Stickle. And then new character in the mix, Rebecca Ferguson, plays Isla Faust, a British intelligence agent. So the plot holds weight throughout the course of the movie and keeps a very straight line in developing and is very good at exposing key events and key moments that need to happen in order for the plot to further develop, making it very enjoyable from start to finish. You are on the edge of your seat, lots of plot twists, lots of things that you don't see coming. Very good on planning the impossible mission that happens in every one of these movies. There's always one that they go through in detail of how they're going to pull it off, and then there's always a few others that they don't quite go into detail. They kind of skip the little planning process of it, which keeps you excited and thrilled and full of surprises throughout the entire course of these events. The director, Christopher McQuarrie, did a phenomenal job on this movie. The best in the Mission Impossible franchise, from articles and reviews I've read online myself, that for this being the fifth one, over J.J. Abrams and a couple other big names that have directed some of the previous films, this one definitely had the best when it came to the way the scenes were shot, the choreographed fight scenes, the landscape shots, the chase scenes, whether it be the car chase scene or the motorcycle, the way the stunt with the plane in the very opening of the movie that is in the trailer where Tom Cruise is holding on to the side of a giant airplane, which a stunt he actually did himself. The directing throughout the course, very beautiful shots, very well done, mastered in a lot of different ways. The acting was outstanding, to say the least. Every one of these actors did an incredible job at developing their characters, whether they're returning from the previous films or a new character. They did a great job at making these characters relatable and personal, which made it a lot more fun throughout the movie because besides the action scenes and the planning of the missions, there was a lot of comedic moments where whether it was intense or serious or laid back, a lot of quick one-liners or exchange of dialogue between these characters or just things that happen in the scenes, which made it funny. In the theater, I heard lots of people laugh during different moments, which made it very enjoyable, very different for an action film of this nature to have so many comedic moments that fit so perfectly with it, which brings up the script. The script on this movie, definitely on par with a lot of the other action movies that have come out thus far this year. Different in a lot of ways as it being mainly a spy mission movie, but still great dialogue, great choice of words, great timing with the funny moments, with the serious moment, with the sad dialogue, with all of it was very well written, beautifully written. The visual effects on this movie, for the most part, were really good. There were a few scenes where when they actually did use CGI, it was pretty bad. It was very, very, very obvious that it was fake. But the stunts, however, on this movie, most of them being done by either the actors themselves or stunt doubles, were breathtaking to watch. The motorcycle scene where they're going down a road at 120 miles an hour, and it's an actual camera on a motorcycle weaving in and out of cars, was incredible. Well done, to say the least. Very exciting. Made the fight sequences a lot more believable, as they looked incredibly real. The scenes where Tom Cruise is underwater was actually filmed with Tom Cruise being underwater, holding his breath, and shot in different segments. So a lot of it was very well done, the fact that it was very real and didn't rely heavily on visuals or special effects. And something that I thought was the coolest thing about this movie is, with it being the 5th one in the franchise, the previous one being 2011's Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol. The beautiful thing about these Mission Impossible movies is that you don't need to see the one before it to fully understand the one that you're watching currently. This movie only referenced the events of the last film very briefly and very vaguely, to the point where you could watch this film by itself, having seen none of the other 4, and still be able to completely 100% enjoy it, get to know the characters, and love the plot, love the movie. So overall, I would give this movie 8 out of 10 stars. It had, like I said, it had a lot of things that made it very enjoyable on a lot of different levels. Definitely a big hit. Definitely a worth see of the summer. One of the better movies that have come out this summer. So tell me what you thought of this review. Tell me what you thought if you saw Mission Impossible Rogue Nation. Leave a comment below. Tell me your favorite scene in the movie. Tell me your favorite Mission Impossible moment from out the entire franchise. So hopefully this movie review was helpful for you. Subscribe if you want to see more videos in the future, and thanks for listening.